Okay.
Defend it. Defend mouth.
I'm going to defend mouth cancer.
I think it does stave off dementia, though.
There we go. I don't want dementia. I'd rather have mouth cancer.
Because it's like a mild stimulant.
There's something about it that it makes you not have dementia, so it doesn't come on.
I think nicotine by itself, in the
Yeah.
same way caffeine in like its pure state is just a mild stimulant, but it's what's wrapping the nicotine. So that stuff, the tobacco, the other stuff.
I know, but but I quit smoking. I don't want to smoke again.
I'd rather you
Yeah.
smoke than do that.
No, my lungs feel great.
Yeah. Did you try nicotine gum?
Yeah, I try all the little and the gum and
Patch.
toothpicks and all that stuff. But this is the real thing.
Yeah, it's
You're like what? You're like
it's
my.
fine. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's good. It's like you should do whatever makes you feel good.
Okay, but if I get mouth cancer, can I still podcast?
Yeah, but then you'll be like, like Roger Ebert. You know how terrible that looked near the end. How much he must have been suffering.
That looked bad.
That's all that.
Yeah.
You might lose a jaw, but a
whole jaw?
a mandible or two.
Right. Maybe I could make some sort of maybe a fan will make some sort of face thing or something.
Maybe you just caught the comedy of like the jawlessness. Maybe that make tragedy into a comedy.
Right.
You know how when Chihuahuas get all of their teeth removed when they're like 15 and their
Yeah.
tongue is just hanging out? Mm-hmm. That would look like you.
Yeah.
Or maybe I could wear a COVID mask still, and I'm being mindful about. I could do that, right?
I could do
you're-
that.
Man,
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
just a guy that has.
There's no way that's a real photo.
There's a bunch
Yeah.
of.
Okay, this is my last dip then.
No, boy.
No, this is my last dip. All right, so we're witnessing Bobby Lee's last dip.
There's got to be a way to
Oh my God.
ingest nicotine that isn't harmful. If you're not, I think smoking is probably more harmful.
Yeah.
So.
Well, remember I was coughing up blood
Oh yeah.
from my lungs.
So funny.
It's hard. It's hard with addictions. It's like, what do we do?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do anymore either.
Yeah. Well, you're sober?
I'm sober a long time now.
How long?
7 years.
Oh, that's amazing. I just got a
Yeah.
year and a half.
Oh my God, that's great.
Thank you.
What did you go out on? You had a long time before.
Yeah, I went out on alcohol and weed again.
Oh yeah, the basics.
The basics, yeah.
Bringing it back to the basics.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah,
Old school. You're going high school.
yeah, I'm going high school. But can I say something? When you're 50 and you're going old school, it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
It ravages your body.
Yeah.
Mentally, it's not good. It was a terrible relapse.
Also, today's marijuana is very strong.
And there's no
So strong.
and on the packages it doesn't say only take 2. Right? There's no dosage, so I just take the whole thing.
Oh, so you would eat edibles?
Oh yeah, I would take like 1,000 milligrams, and people are like, I only do 20 a day.
Yeah,
I took 1,000 a day.
very
toward the
strong.
end.
Damn.
Yeah, he
Very
was like,
strong.
there'd be moments where he was just like frozen in the dark.
Oh no.
And he would be like, am I moving?
Yeah. No, well, it was like Thriller, like Thriller.
Oh no.
Or no, you know what? It was like one of those, when the nuclear bomb, you know what I mean? What do you call it? The shadow, the nuclear shadow. I was like doing a nuclear shadow.
Or like you were like a victim of a Pompeii.
Yes.
yeah.
Like just
because in Pompeii, it hit them.
Volcano.
People were just eating and jerking off, and they
stuck. They just stayed that way.
yeah. Imagine jerking off though.
Oh, so embarrassing. Frozen, like jerking off.
I feel like that's a little more heroic than maybe some other things.
Would be heroic.
Not heroic,
you were
but
caught-
it's like memorable. Like, forever statue is that. I think that wouldn't be too
Yeah, but why would you
terrible.
even care you're dead?
Like maybe like picking your nose would be like,
Yeah,
more
that's
embarrassing.
a little-
Or like sucking a dick like this.
Well, it's not gonna. I guess. Yeah. That's you and somebody else too.
All
So at
right.
least you had friends.
Right, you're not lonely.
Yeah.
He had friends.
But do you die instantaneously, like when Pompeii happened? I don't know.
Yeah, because they were frozen in the state that they were in. I mean, I think it was just they were covered in ash and then just frozen.
So there's no second of thought of like, what? And then dead? Like,
don't
ow,
know.
and then dead? Or is it just instantly dead?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I probably like the Titan submersible, instantly dead.
Oh my God.
Like,
Yeah, too
'Cause I
much
think-
pressure.
Yeah, so I think they probably died before they even knew they were going to die. I think, unless they do have the recordings. I think they have a black box.
But isn't there, because isn't there? Who's driving it? First of all,
Stockton Rush.
okay. There's no moment where he goes, "Uh oh."
I think they may have registered something, but because they were trying to come back up. It's just we've been immersed in this for days, so like really learning about. I've never been in a submarine, so I don't know. What it's like
I haven't either.
I don't even go in. I can barely hold my breath underwater, so I don't even know.
Yeah. Well, but now especially, we'll never go in one.
Yeah, but it's even like when I dive past 45 feet, you start to feel the pressure and the compression. So it's even at 45 feet.
When did you do that in a
So I
submarine?
free dive a lot.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
That's
so
her
I
thing.
go on my own breath a lot. I don't use like a tank or anything.
Wow.
But you feel it even at 40 feet. You already feel that tightness.
That's so deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but usually it's some of these people, they go like 200 feet. So imagine the pressure.
Also, I've been diving with her where I'm on the surface. I float. I don't dive.
You're a floater, yeah.
Yeah, I'm fatty. I just float, and I used to watch you, and I used to go, "Is she a mermaid? Like how? I can't believe how far deep you can go, and you can stay down there for 3 minutes.
Not 3, but yeah.
Yeah, a couple
long
of minutes.
time.
Yeah. It's insane.
Thanks.
You have to train your body to do that, or what?
You just
Natural.
It's not
do
natural.
it one day. Yeah. Although there are people in the Philippines, they're called a badjao, and they have enlarged spleens. And so because they were seafaring people, they basically evolved to be able to hold their breath for long periods of time and then walk underwater and spearfish. And so maybe it's in my blood. I don't know.
That's incredible. That's
Yeah.
like Sherpas. You
Yes.
know, they have like that increased lung capacity because the altitude's so high.
Strippers?
Sherpas.
Good old stripper.
And maybe upstairs strippers too can hold their breath for a long time.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, it seems plausible.
Yeah,
like
it could.
that.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not
on the
happening.
pole, maybe it's high up. I don't know.
Pole is very
altitude
difficult.
change.
Yeah, very
It's
difficult.
very,
Wait.
very challenging.
Those girls are absolute athletes.
Yeah, they're totally athletes.
Yeah.
It's very tough. That I can't even imagine like the arm strength, the back strength, the core strength.
Core.
I could
This
climb
thing.
it.
Oh, yeah?
I could
I'd love to see-
climb a stripper pole.
You can.
I've never tried, but I just assume I can.
I'd love to see this.
How were you at the President's Fitness Challenge when you were a kid? Were you able to climb the rope up to the
Oh,
ceiling?
yeah.
As a kid, yeah.
Yeah.
It took me 3 days, but I got there.
So then, yeah, you probably. could
Thank
climb
you.
the pole.
Yeah.
It's slippery though.
What the pole is?
I find the pole very slippery.
Oh, yeah. It might be because it's metal usually.
It's metal, and then your body heat, and if you ever have any lotion or whatever on.
You've tried it?
I've tried. I used to go to stripper dancing classes. I took twerking classes and stripper dancing classes. It's a very challenging.
Whoa.
Twerking is really hard. I think
Is that the butt thing?
it's the butt thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can
Yeah.
twerk.
Thing.
I've never tried it.
Try.
Well,
Let me see.
I've seen you do it. You did
Try,
it naked in front
try.
of Peter Kim.
I did it, yeah, but it wasn't good. I don't have the ass to do it. I don't have a Brazilian ass. Don't you
Well, you
need
can
like
do any ass can do it.
Yeah, I think it's a lot to do with your ankles too.
this?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You can do it. It's your
legs.
ankles.
Yeah, it's your ankles.
Your ankle.
Yeah.
There we go.
You shatter your ankle.
That totally fucking hurt.
You did it.
that hurt so bad.
See
So
all
would-
that you can do now that you quit chewing tobacco.
It's a new addiction.
It's a new addiction, yeah.
Working, yeah.
So you did twerking, and what else have you done?
I did stripper stripper workout, the burlesque workout. I was a belly dancer for years. All this fitness stuff. I did some flamenco, which is really hard.
Flamenco looks hard.
It's so hard. I can't even.
Is there a lot of arm?
It's everything. It's so challenging. It's like the hardest dance. I think that and tap are really hard. It's like math.
What's the other one? The Irish do river.
The
jig-
river
Irish
dance.
jig?
So hard.
It seems hard.
It's very tough.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of moving your feet really fast.
Yeah.
I've done it all.
I get a panic when I see river dancing.
yeah.
Yeah, because I just go, I can't. Maybe because I know I can't do it.
Are you good at high knees?
What's a high knee?
Like, just are you able to like jog with your high knees in place?
Can you put your knees up to your chest when you jog?
No, I've never. It goes to my waist. What do you mean?
like,
So,
if, can you,
yeah, do it. Like, do it. I don't even know what you mean.
Are you able to?
That. Can you go past your waist?
Like, I could do that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah.
Let me try.
River dance.
This is the presidential challenge,
Right.
fitness challenge.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
You're doing it.
You're fine.
Yeah, so I can. See, I could do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so when I see a pole, I go, I think I can conquer it.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? But I don't think that I could. I'd probably go up once if I was a stripper, slide down, and then I'd take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get a lot of tips.
They don't just climb though; they spin on it and they go upside down and they do all sorts of things that it's just pretty incredible.
Yeah, I've been there.
So pretty.
I've seen it.
Very athletic.
Yeah, I've seen.
Such an art form. Margaret, I remember you saying you were a dominatrix
Yes.
at one point.
Yes. I'm not a good one though because I am.
It's a bad one.
I'm so passive. That I really,
Do you mind if I choke you?
Yeah.
I don't really have an opinion about it, and also I don't find it sexy.
Yeah.
Like so, I was really poor at doing it and being effusive about things. What they want, I think, is just mostly to get in their head and try to figure out what they want from you. But I never was, I don't know, intuitive enough or could get into that space. I did a little bit better later. So like not that long ago, before the pandemic, I was doing classes in Japanese rope bondage. So that was helpful.
Ooh,
because
Japanese have their own version.
with the rope
bondage.
bondage and like to try to make these really beautiful kind of knots and stuff that I think is almost like sculpture. It's like a very like macrame almost. It's really beautiful. So that was really inspiring
Where you put the ropes on a body
on a body.
and like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, different poses and different ways to
Holy
like,
fuck!
That's pretty.
What if you
That's
found
beautiful.
Bobby like that in the room by himself, stuck?
to keep
Yeah.
you from chewing tobacco
Yeah.
until your cravings go away.
It's one of those like I don't think I'll be able to get out. It's like one of those
Chinese finger trap?
finger
Yeah,
traps.
Well, this
Right.
is actually really pretty.
yeah.
It is pretty. Yeah.
It's cool. So I think that I did get better at that, and it's just I just also don't really find it sexy. So that's part of it. Like the person that does it well is somebody that is turned on by the act of doing it, and I never really understood why it's sexy. I just couldn't find that in me, but I like the aesthetic.
But the guy that you're doing it to, is it a guy or a girl? I don't know.
It was a girl.
Oh, so you're doing it to, she's probably getting off on it.
She was like, also, we were both trying to learn. She was just trying to help me. And then, and that was really great. So we had a really good time together. But I don't think it was sexually motivated. It was more just like crafts. Oh, like we did this right.
Arts and
this
crafts,
is like very
I see.
crafts. It was
Yeah.
like color me mine or going to, some kind of like a crochet thing.
Yeah.
It was more like, hey, I finally got this down. So that was more that.
Yeah. Huh. So was it a class?
It was a class.
Yeah.
I like this arts and crafts.
Arts
Yeah,
and
that's like
crafts.
arts and crafts.
Crafts.
Yeah.
And we had an amazing teacher who is, her name is Mistress Midori, and she is the preeminent Japanese bondage master
Whoa.
in this hemisphere. So she's an incredible source of information. But
I never got
unfortunately, the
what I
pandemic
would.
happened, and we couldn't go to class.
Dominatrix, I understand, but the people that are what do you call them?
Submissive.
Sub-
The submissive.
Subs.
I just never got that part. I don't think.
Really?
Well, I mean,
Wait, hang on. Look at me. Really?
what do you mean?
Interesting.
What?
I feel like our entire sexual dynamic was that of you being a sub.
Tied up, dude.
You never tied me up though.
I-
We played role playing where I was like shy.
No art.
Yeah, I'm Jimmy. I'm the shy guy, but it's like it was just a role I
you
was
were
playing.
Brandon the Virgin.
I played Jimmy and Brandon. yeah. So but I was never like
You never John the Alpha?
no, because when I see that, it's always like you know what I mean, a black mask and like this, and they're just getting whipped to death. I mean, I've never done that.
Well, that's more like, that's the turn on is just allowing somebody else to take control. But yeah, as in that world, there's all these different variations on the theme. And I've seen some really strange stuff that I didn't understand. Like, how is that sexual? Like, it got so far away where this one guy was like in a vacuum bed and they took out, like, sort of vacuum sealed him. So he was like like a steak.
Oh my god. A sous vide steak.
What?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like a sous vide steak and
Like a Kobe steak, maybe, or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But then he was really turned on and he jizzed in the vacuum seal.
Whoa.
So then it was like he was marinated in his own sauce. And I was like, this is not really sexy to me. I guess but he was really into it, and I couldn't really figure out why this was
Yeah.
interesting, but I was happy to just be there. Like, okay, that's great.
That's what you said out
I
loud.
was like,
That's
okay.
great.
wonderful.
That's wonderful. You are really enjoying this moment.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. People have different kinks and why they do things. I just didn't really quite get the entry point into it. There was one guy who really wanted to set my leg on fire. And
What?
so he would do that with hand sanitizer. So he
with
spread
alcohol.
my leg with hand sanitizer and then light it. And then I would just look at it and go, okay, well, then it was on fire for a second and then it was out. And I did not understand why it was sexy.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Wow.
That's his thing.
That's his thing. And
Yeah.
then he and we broke up, but then he was dating this woman who really liked to be in a motorhome, in the small closet in a motorhome. Had to be motorhome.
Yeah.
And it had to be like those are so small, the narrow closets. And she would just wedge her body in there and just be in there. And that was like her whole thing. She just wanted to be in the,
For how long?
maybe like for 10 minutes or something.
And she would get off on that?
Yeah.
I feel like that's something you like, being in super tight spaces.
Yeah, I like it, but not sexually.
But that,
I can't
but
move my
then-
arms to jerk off. There's no way.
But maybe it's like her impetus was not openly sexual, but it's just like a comfortable feeling of.
Oh, wow.
Kind of like in the same way that
I like vaginas,
that's
I'm
pretty
old school.
basic.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you know how what's her name, Temple Grandin? She came up with that whole system to humanely kill cows, to kind of take away the stimulus, so they would feel more corralled and their body would be pressed on and they would have weight on them. Maybe it's something similar to that. So maybe like the stimulus is shut off if she's in like a tight space.
Yes, probably something like that, where it's just a comforting place or a safety,
Yeah.
something like that. So I don't really know, but I guess it's just an interesting thing of like, why do people get turned on by these things? And-
Yeah.
Wow, my kinks are so vanilla compared to these you're talking about.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me
Do
too.
you have, what is like the weirdest one that you think is weird?
What do you mean?
Like what is a kink of
Why are you
yours that you're
smiling?
like, huh? Like I wonder why I like
Well,
that.
I've stuck my dick in things. You know
in
what
the
I mean?
soil.
The earth.
Like I fucked the earth once.
The earth.
Yeah. The planet.
I'm a gardener, so I like.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Have you spilt your seed on the ground?
Yeah.
Like big Bible.
I try to
Bible?
calm in the earth. Well, I was into that movie, Being There, Chauncey Gardner. You know what I mean? So, I'm just trying to get involved with the earth. I've tried to make love to. I've put a variety of vegetables and stuff,
in
Oh,
here.
yeah.
like potatoes and
Oh, really? A
Potato.
potato?
Yeah. I microwave it, make a hole.
Oh,
Wait.
microwave.
Oh, I thought you were putting the potato up you. I was like,
I
whoa,
was like, yeah,
Bobby.
that's
No,
really
nothing
good.
goes
Is that what you
in
thought?
me. And
Yeah,
nothing goes in
really
me, by the
good.
way.
I
That's
was like,
great.
Idaho, russet. Like, what are we
Yeah.
Maybe like a new potato. Maybe, like maybe a fingerling.
Yeah.
A fingerling.
I've bought in steaks
Oh, really?
at the Vons.
Is this when you couldn't get a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not a kink. You just couldn't get pussy.
So you're creative.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you asked me.
That's a kink though. Like,
No, it's not
A kink is something, even if you got like, what you wanted sexually, something that you're like, oh, that actually turns me on. I can't imagine you buying like steak today and
like, oh yeah,
And-
steak.
I think what's great about me is that because in my early 20s and throughout my life, I couldn't get any, like zero, right? That once I started getting it, I'm like, this is enough for me. You know what I mean? I can't even believe, like even still today, if I'm a girl, I just can't believe it's happening. And I'm 51.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I still look at a naked body and go, this is enough.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, so that's good.
That's good.
But if I was like somebody that got girls and I was a handsome guy, and, you know what I mean? Maybe the kinks, because you remember Bowie and Lou Reed and all those guys, apparently they all, you know what I mean? And because I guess the theory is that they got so many girls that they just kind of want to elevate it, so they just fucked each other or whatever. That's what I heard. Yeah.
I don't know. I think yeah, the kinks also maybe too. People are also just born with them. You know.
Oh, you think?
I think that people are just born with it, or they just have this inclination. They're just wired that way.
Whoa.
So maybe that's it too.
Because
Who
I've
knows?
always had mine is super vanilla, but like I'm a voyeur. But my thing is I want to watch someone I really love like fuck someone else.
Oh, compersion.
Oh, that's compersion.
Yeah, that's compersion.
That's
When you
compersion.
love somebody
Write that
and
down.
you want to see them have pleasure, that's
Yeah.
compersion.
Compersion.
Oh, because it's the opposite of jealousy, right?
Yeah, it's compersion.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
I'm just like stunned by this.
That's pretty kinky. That's not that vanilla. That's
Oh,
pretty
it's not
yeah,
vanilla.
it's also very rare.
It's next level.
Oh my god! Because I always just thought, oh, like I'm just a cuck. Maybe there's a cross wiring of where jealousy and eroticism takes place in my head. But I really do like. I feel so horny at the thought of someone I love fucking and me being sort of the assistant.
Yeah.
Like a magician.
It is kind of that's real like goddess energy too. That's like a very like temple goddess like sex cult kind of like thing. That's a very like weird like ideation of all of our bodies are one body and kind of like we're all experiencing this pleasure and this sort of thing. But yeah, it's pretty rare when people really feel compersion as a turn on because there's so much in our society that's against that, are very like when you have a partner, you're like very jealous and you don't want them to have anybody else, and so it's an interesting kink.
So I think that I still experience jealousy, but my jealousy would stem from me not being there.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But the jealousy, if it was right in front of me, would not like maybe.
because you're included in the experience, so it's not being left out of it. That's good. I like sex toys. I like
We can
all
agree.
sex toys.
I like sex toys too.
I really like toys.
Yeah.
That's where we differ. I do not use any sex toys at all.
I like vibrations. I've already talked about it, but I like vibrations.
Yeah, I really do respect you for that because when we first met, you had your whole like all your contraptions sort of like laid out there.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, okay.
Well, your mom cleaned my house and she moved all my contraptions and organized it.
She did.
Yeah. Which is
I'm pretty sure
weird.
she like
That's kinda
cleaned them
wild.
too.
Yeah,
pretty wild.
yeah, it's
My
wild.
mom still cleans his house.
Yeah.
And,
And she put all of them in one thing and stacked all the lube and made it all nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but I'm like, don't touch it, Meritus. You know what I mean?
She's
She's like
dusting.
cleaning it for you. My
Yeah.
mom has OCD, so you know she probably got in there.
What's so funny because since she's done that, right?
Yeah.
I clean it now. After usually I don't.
Wow.
Like, I'll come in a contraption, just leave it there, and I'll just clean it before I do it the next time because I know that your mom is cleaning. I put soap in it and I wash all the.
What do you use, like a pocket pussy, or do you?
But it's not just one. It's not just you know.
do you
it's
have a
not-
pussy asshole combination?
I do. Yeah, I have that as well. Thank you for asking. But I also, thank you so much for it. But I have ones that have suction now
Oh, good,
and
good.
vibrations.
Yeah.
And it feels so good. you
That's
know?
great.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
love it. You know.
Yeah, I love that. I have one that is it's a knockoff of the Sibian, which is like it's the vibrator that you sit on. So you put it up, and then it has like all these attachments, and then you could put it in there, and then it vibrates. But you have to ride it. It's kind of like you put a quarter in it,
Whoa.
sort of like one of those horses outside of the supermarket.
Yeah. Back in the day, they used to have those. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that, but like the porny version.
Is it
So-
big?
It's pretty big.
Yeah,
It's like a saddle
like
then.
a Sibian. You've seen a Sibian.
saddle.
It's like Howard Stern. They always made it.
I don't know what a Sibian is.
It's a saddle vibrator.
Oh, saddle vibrator.
It's a saddle
And there's a
You can put one in, but you also don't have to. You can just put
Whoa.
like ridges, or you can just have it like, nothing going in, or you could attach all sorts of different kinds. See, it's like that.
So you could have
Whoa, that's
attachments
amazing.
right here.
So
And they seems expensive.
yeah, I have the knockoff. I have the Motor Bunny, which is like
Oh, you-
half the price. The Sibian
You went to
itself
Costco
is-
for it?
Yeah, I went to Costco. I have
Kirkland Sibian.
The Kirkland version. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But I like that one. But it's a hassle because I put it in the back of the closet, so I have to pull everything out, and
All right.
I just don't want to use it. So then I just use like regular vibrators, and then I started to use TMS,
What's that?
That's like when you have like stimulating like these patches that like put on, and then they can like use it to isolate a muscle and
Oh,
stimulate
right,
it.
right.
So you do that at the chiropractor sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So I use those too.
Whoa. Do you sometimes go old school and just use your hand or no?
I have arthritis.
See? She's conscious of that.
I have carpal tunnel.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have the same thing.
So we have issues. I did, of course,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then that now I have I have tendonitis and arthritis and some measure of carpal tunnel. So yes,
Do you really?
yes,
Oh, how do you get that? I'm sorry. I was just making a joke. I'm
old.
so sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm getting old too. Yeah,
it's just old.
Yeah.
but it's just like you can't really do that stuff. You have to be more mindful about using your hands and arms.
Can I just say something? That you look so young.
That's good. Thank you.
No, I mean just you're so fit and complete. You look different.
I'm dancing. And
Oh, the
also
dancing.
moving around.
Moving around.
And
okay.
then I have many animals, so it's helping.
How many?
I have 3 cats.
Me too.
And this dog, you do?
I have 3 cats upstairs. Yeah.
Oh,
4
Yeah.
dogs.
And we have 4 dogs. Yeah. I love them.
I love them.
Yeah.
So they keep me active.
Were you always like that?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because I'm like real Ajima. Like, when you see when you're really early in the morning, you see all those Korean people walking up the hill
Yeah.
with like sticks.
Yeah.
That's like me.
You
I'm
do
like
that now.
going with sticks.
Yeah.
And like a visor
Wow.
and gloves.
Yeah.
Moving really
So you get up
fast.
early now.
I get up at like 5 in the morning.
Whoa.
It's sick.
What?
It's sick. I don't know why.
But so you don't do the late night comedy stuff anymore.
No, I rarely do. I do sets in town every now and again, but it's usually pretty early.
Yeah.
If and then if I'm on the road, I don't worry about getting up early. I don't if I'm working, but
Right.
it's not as I don't like to stay up late.
Wow.
I'm not partying, so it's like not.
Yeah. Me either. But I just play video games and stuff. I still sleep at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
That's so late.
I know. When you're waking
When
up,
I'm
I go to
waking
sleep.
up.
Dang.
That's insane.
Yeah,
But when you're on the, do you like the road or no?
I do like the road. I do.
Because
Like,
I see advertisements. You're
Yeah.
going out there now.
yeah, I like the road. And it's great the way that I do it because I only go out for weekends. So then I go out and come back, and then I have sort of a reset, and then I can go back into my daily life here,
Yeah.
which I really enjoy.
But how do you feel? Because you've been at it for so long. Is it different the way you approach the road, or is it the same feeling?
It's the same feeling.
Yeah.
I don't think anything changes really. It's more, I guess I appreciate it more because it's more like I know how difficult it is to sort of get to a place where you feel really comfortable what you're doing and you feel like kind of like this is a good space. And so I don't know, like I appreciate where I'm at.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
But, also what I've noticed in the last couple of years, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you're just in so much shit now. Mm-hmm. Like when I'm like on social media or whatever, I just see, oh, she's on that show and she's doing this and that. And I just feel like there's a Margaret Cho resurgence or something. Is that
so.
And has it always been like that, and I'm just
No.
noticing it now, or
No, I mean I'm glad that I'm getting out and working. I think it's because there's more Asians in movies and TV now.
that's what it is.
Which is really exciting because there weren't any for the longest time. So there's more of us and there's more projects for us to be in.
That's what I noticed, because even for me, I'm like, in the last 4 years, I'm like, oh shit, I'm working a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think to myself, what is it? Oh, I'm the shit. I don't think that is. I think the stuff that we're getting now, we should have always gotten,
Yeah.
but it just wasn't available to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now I feel like, you have a Zoom call with a director. I'm like, before, that would never happen.
Mm-hmm.
Where a director wants to meet with you and try to convince you to do his movie. You're like,
Incredible. Yeah,
yeah,
great.
but we're so lucky that we were able to see we were still alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean when it happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's great. I'm really glad for that. I'm
yeah,
really
me
glad
too.
for that.
Because whenever I see you, I go, yeah, no shit. Margaret Cho's the shit. She's a
Yeah.
great actress, funniest person in the world. You know what I mean? Why not? You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's nice. I'm glad. I think that it's here to stay. I'm hoping. It's like so. I get so cynical about show business because there was like periods where we think, oh, it's going to be different now. We're going to see more Asians now. But
Oh no, it's 100% different.
now it really is.
Yeah, I really believe that.
It's really exciting.
Yeah, because even I had a call yesterday about this movie, and they're like, "Yeah, we're thinking about because I'm the bad guy in the movie." But he's
Ooh.
like, they're like, "Yeah, we're thinking about casting this person as an Asian person, this and that." And
That's good.
And there's no accent. There's no reference.
See, I don't mind an accent
Me
because
too.
that's very real to me. Because a lot of people in my life have full accents.
Yeah.
They speak in that way. And they're not changing it. They're not going to try to sound white or anything. So I don't mind.
I also do it in my act. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I think like for me, it's just very real to who I am and
Yeah.
what people in my life are. But yeah, I don't mind an accent.
Yeah, I've never minded either. You know, I just know that some of these younger guys were like, I don't do one.
Well, they don't have to.
Yep.
Which is great.
yeah.
They don't have to, which is such progress.
Yeah.
You know, because I come from the show business era where it was like you would only get the part if you had the accent or if you did martial arts.
Oh my God.
Can't do any of that stuff, you know. So
I had an audition once where it's like ninja, right?
yeah,
So I show up, I'm dressed the way I'm now, and everyone's in a ninja outfit, right? And I think it was like one line, like no or something.
yeah.
Right? I go in and they go, "Where's your outfit?" And I basically go, "Well, you guys can't imagine me wearing an outfit, right?" And then I remember just doing it, and they were like, didn't like my attitude, so I just left. And I remember driving home, going so livid.
Yeah.
About the whole thing. That
Yeah.
it was like the only audition I had that year.
Yeah, it's so hard.
It's so hard.
It's so hard. So it's great that there's so much change in that area now. So if you know, there's people that don't want to do an accent, that's great.
Yeah.
That's real progress.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
But I'm still doing it. I don't give a fuck.
You know, I just think like it's just so it's so different. It's just shocking to me. So I'm glad. I'm glad it's different.
Yeah. And then what could we talk about sobriety or no?
What?
Sobriety?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So because as long as I've known you, you've been in and out, right, of it?
Well, I started going into recovery in 1996. And then I was really in it for a long time. And then I went out for like 13 years.
Wow.
So it's a miracle that I am sober now. But it's just, it didn't occur to me like that it could be a problem. But the thing about like, I have a long history of it in my family. There's a lot of people who have really bad depression and who have really bad alcoholism. And none of them sought any treatment. Most of them just died from it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I didn't have a precedent within my family to seek real help.
Yeah.
But this last time I had real help, and that was really good. So I think,
Well, 7 years ago, you mean?
yeah, 7 years
Did
ago.
it get bad?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think it was really, and it's hard to tell if it gets bad because it's like the way that comics live is a kind of like eternal child anyway. Like we really don't have to work that hard or do anything
I know.
for most of the time.
I know. I feel bad about it.
It's kind of like,
I feel bad.
But it's almost like that's the problem too, is that we have all of this money and then all of this time to sort of do whatever.
Yeah.
And then you can become very destructive with that.
Yeah. I mean, I've been like last night. Sunday night. I was like, I got nothing to do. I'm just gonna play Elden Ring all day. But then around 5, I knew that there was a meeting, and you know what I mean, in Beverly Hills. I'm like, and I didn't even think about it. I just kind of got up, grabbed my keys, and I went.
Oh, good.
Because
That's
I just
good.
need to do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I can't afford to go back out. And it's one of those feelings where it's like, if I get into the mind frame of like, I could just go tomorrow, I'm fucked. So I just go. You know what I mean? And I generally, the meeting was weird. But still, I'm always going, I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's cool. Do you do meetings still or no?
I just go, yeah, well, I have my regular clubhouse, and then I go to very specific ones online.
Oh, I see.
So, and then, but I have a great time with them. I really love them.
But also, it's like, I have to understand that all this is what I do for a living. It isn't who I am. But for many years, if this wasn't going well, it would dictate how I felt about myself and how I looked at the world. I would drive down, 10 years ago, I would drive down a sunset and see my friend on a billboard. And instead of being happy for the person, there was always like, that's, how come I can't get it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It came back
yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't live like that.
No.
Yeah. And so I've had to change my whole thing and realize that, my sobriety and my family and my friends come first.
Yeah.
This is what I do for a living. And if this disappears, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But it's so hard when you're, because this has been our whole lives.
Our whole lives.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's also, the thing about it is that this isn't really what makes us happy. What makes us happy is a spiritual life. And that's it's got to be about. And then all this other stuff, this is just fun. Allow it to be fun.
Yeah.
And allow it not to get too upset about it and to think it has to be a certain way.
Yeah.
Because we don't know how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah, and also, and I disagree with a lot of people about this, but it's like, I don't know how you feel about it, but I believe just things just happen the way they're supposed to happen.
Yeah, they do.
And it's not out of my control.
It is. It's totally out of anybody's control.
Yeah, I mean, to control Hollywood is insane. There's no way to do it. There's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
It's chaos almost.
Well, to control anything.
Oh, you have to
It's
control.
really to control it. This is the second time I've seen your dad in a month.
Oh, you saw my brother, the other half of my dad.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, hey.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, it's nice to see you. I saw half of you a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. So you saw half my dad at my brother's house.
Yeah, and I just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
when I was there, I was like, oh, I wonder if Bobby got some of you.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But
then
this
I
is-
see that
we
you
know
did.
this is the torso and
I asked for the- I
You
asked for the-
legs only.
You wanted the
Yeah, I
lower
like for the
half.
legs only.
Oh, you like the dark meat.
No.
Yeah, you did.
I said if there was a ghost, I don't want my dad's upper body.
Oh, you only
I just want footsteps and
You
stuff.
just want.
No, it's true because in the Philippines there's like a flying creature called a manananggal.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's only the torso and up, and they're really scary because it has little wings on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with there's a movie called Mystics in Bali where that's the ghost of the movie. It's like a horror movie, and it's
creature in
just
the movie?
It's just a spinal column and digestive tract and wings
Wait. Spinal column, digestive tract,
and a head. It's a
And a
head,
head.
spinal column, and digestive.
and you
tract.
see all the insides.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This is the
Bali.
manananggal.
Yeah.
Wait,
Similar.
who? That's your Filipino?
Yeah, Filipinos got some weird shit. We also have like a baboy bakyat, which is just like a scary pig in boots.
Yeah. Can he just wear pants? I know he has no legs, but maybe.
Look at that.
Holy shit, that's real.
You did good by getting the legs. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, the legs.
Yeah,
is a big
yeah,
Why
boy.
is
yeah.
Asian horror stuff so scary? With those,
You know, there was one that Bobby and I watched. It was like an Indonesian horror film.
Yeah.
That was so dark and
is
demented.
it the medium?
What
No,
was
it
it? I
wasn't the
forget.
medium. I saw that. That was great.
That's a good
What
one.
streamer was it on?
I don't know, but it was an Indonesian horror movie, and halfway during it, I go, "That's enough." And I've seen everything.
Wow.
Like we're done.
We're done.
Yeah.
Incantation is Taiwan.
It could have been
No,
incantation.
it wasn't Taiwanese. It was Indonesian.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay. But I even if you see a Korean zombie movie, they just move
Scary.
different.
Yeah, they're
They're more,
scary.
you know what I mean? They're more this, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, they arch their back more. They're faster.
Yeah.
Also, they're Asian, so they think more.
They have
I'm gonna go around this ward.
they eat so many brains.
All right. Yeah, they eat a lot of brains
But
with chopsticks.
I haven't seen that many It's like one long noodle. I haven't seen that many Indonesian
Yeah.
scary ones.
I think it was for sure Southeast Asian. So it was either Thai or
Maybe
Indonesian.
Thai.
Yeah.
But maybe
It might have been Thai.
Maybe the folklore in Asian countries are scarier.
Well, don't you think it's also based on like the animals that are there?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
What do you mean?
like we're a jungle. We're a rainforest. Like so the things that, you know,
So Canada only has moose ghosts?
maybe.
They have a lot of fish ghosts.
Oh, fish ghosts.
spirits.
Yeah.
They're bird spirits.
Yeah, bears. Okay, I see. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
What are Korean mythical creatures?
Korean mythical creatures are like there's like this weird one that looks like a caterpillar, but has a really long snout, and he eats rich people. And if he eats 100 rich people, he'll finally go to heaven.
What?
Just like he looks like a caterpillar, but with like big eyes painted on him. So that's
Maybe let me guess. A poor person came up with that.
probably
That seems kind of that was like sounds cute.
it's like a very mythical creature.
Yeah, can you look that up? I've never heard of
Yeah, I've
a
never
Korean
seen this
mythical
either.
creature before.
There's a lot of them with like the dance, the traditional dance, and like mudang, which is like a shaman, like a Korean shaman.
Whoa.
And they all
Yeah.
kind of come out in those like things.
Yeah. And let me ask you this. Why do you think Why is Korea killing it when it comes to like that medium in terms of film and television?
I think the industry is really incredibly focused and so competitive with each other, and everybody wants to create great content.
Yeah.
And they have the technology to back it. They have just an incredible workforce
Yeah.
behind it. You know, it's like the mentality of the work of like everybody wants to do these movies, these TV shows, these K-dramas, the music. So I think that's it.
But even the writing
Yeah,
is
so good.
next level or
It's
whatever.
so good.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't know, but it's a quite inspiring industry.
Yeah, it really is. And they have, I feel like America has certain, we have like restrictions in terms of what you can say and what, you know what I mean? But I feel like in some countries they're like, that's just not a part of their like culture or whatever. So they can just go deeper into like darkness almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, I think it's like an industry that really supports itself, and then you have really strong acting traditions, and it's just a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be really good.
Also, have you worked there before on anything?
I've worked there on SNL, which they have a Lorne Michaels produced SNL. It's the same set and everything. They play the same kind of music, and they have like sketch comedy from these people who kind of look like a cross between Fred Armisen and Martin Short. They all look a little bit like old SNL creatures.
Yeah.
And then they have like the star of the week, and they'll do sketches that are like all comedy based on.
It's in Korean?
Yeah, it's all in Korean,
And you can speak it?
and I can speak it a little bit.
Yeah. There's
Enough
no
to do a
Korea.
little bit of comedy. So I did a set on
Wow.
there, and they subtitled mine, and then every time people were supposed to laugh, they highlighted it, so they would know to laugh.
Wow.
It was really cute.
And there's a live audience and everything?
There's a live audience.
That's
Don't you want to do that?
You would be great.
They would never ask me.
They would love you.
How would I don't even know how to do it.
Well, if you ever go over there.
What?
I happened to be over there, and then we had been talking, and so yeah, I think there'll be more crossover now that there's more of especially because also Netflix is making all that Korean content, so now they will want to have. It's very fashionable to be Korean American too when you go over there.
Really?
You're like very much excited. People are very excited to try their English.
That's interesting. Did you not feel that way when you went to Korea a
No.
while ago?
No. I felt like it was the opposite of that.
It's changed.
It has?
It's really changed.
Because I shot a K-pop video.
So great.
But what I realized there's no union or whatever. We worked 16 hours with no breaks.
Yeah, that's the.
I danced for
Oh
16
my-
hours.
That's what makes the difference between what we do here.
Yeah.
Whereas I think they'll probably have more of a sense of needing to do that.
16 hours of that.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, it was hard. It was so hard.
Yeah, like I
really
watched the Blackpink documentary.
Yeah.
And those girls, what they went through to even be chosen.
So incredible.
It's insane. Like they
So
are worked
crazy.
to the ground, these girls.
They're so talented.
Yeah.
What Blackpink's I'm sorry, I'm not. Blackpink is
Is a pop group.
girl group.
Uh-huh.
How many?
All
Five.
Korean.
All five.
Except for Lisa, actually. Lisa's
Thai.
Thai. Yeah,
There's
Lisa's
four.
Oh,
Thai.
there's one. Okay.
Yeah.
Foreigner in it, and it's a girl group. They have albums out.
Yeah.
Right, and the documentary is about them trying out for the band.
Know how they came to be.
How they
Yeah.
came to be.
They're
Yeah.
created, but they also, they still work hard, and they're, they're doing acting work too, and they're doing, so one of them.
so beautiful.
Yeah, I think Rose, is it Jisoo or Rose is in a K-drama? Maybe one or the other is in a K-drama. Jenny is on The Idol on
Wow.
Max.
Wow.
She's so beautiful. She's so good. And they also have their own sort of solo careers too. They're like BTS.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're killing it.
They're so the best.
Yeah.
The
Is
best.
the music good?
So good.
It is.
It's fun.
I love it.
It's pop. It's fun.
I love their music.
Because I feel like you were always like a kind of a Velvet Underground girl, or no?
I like pop too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you do.
I love this. I love K-pop and pop music. Like I think, well, it's just so. It's also full of hooks, and I love music like that.
Yeah.
So good. I like the Velvet Underground too.
Yeah.
It's all
but
good.
I mean, I'll be honest. When I'm on the road, sometimes I'll put on some Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you love Demi Lovato.
I love Demi Lovato
I love
a lot.
Demi Lovato as
Yeah,
well.
I worked with her. I like her.
Yeah.
She's great.
I like Sia.
Yeah,
Sia's
you know
great.
what? Taylor's new album is great.
So
yeah,
great.
no, I listened to it.
So
She's
good.
great.
Yeah.
Beginning
She's
to
wonderful.
end.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
You know her?
I've never met her.
Oh.
I know Sia.
Yeah, I love Sia.
Sia's
She's
wonderful.
great, yeah. But yeah, as I get older, well, I think for me, it's like when I was younger, I was like, it's gonna only be, you know what I mean, Fugazi, right? I
like Fugazi.
Yeah, but only like DC bands or Velvet Underground or like early '70s punk. Like I like the Clash, right? But pop sucks. Fuck Madonna. I was like that guy.
Oh.
But now, bro, check it out, dude. Check out who I like. The Grateful Dead. I fucking love now.
What?
I like them too.
I hated
You
them.
hated them.
I would have killed Jerry Garcia with my hand.
Oh, that's because you
love
watched a
them too.
documentary.
They're so good.
The documentary got me. I was at my AA meeting, right? I was sitting around with a bunch of comics, some hipster ones. You know, ones with the funny shoes. You know what I mean? You know, they always wear the Moriarty shoes. You know what I mean?
Futuristic, yeah.
Like leathery. Anyway, English, you know, and they sit weird, and they're, you know what I mean? And they're like, they seem like Roxy Music guys that like cool music, you know?
Yeah.
And then they were like talking about the Dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, they fucking suck, man. I fucking hate.
They're so good.
Yeah. Like, who does a jam in G major for 45 fucking minutes? You know what I mean? Who has the time, right? 2-minute songs, baby. They're like, no, watch this documentary.
Yeah.
So I reluctantly watched it, and one night I burned through it, and then all of a sudden I started downloading live albums and stuff, and now I listen to it at night,
Incredible.
and they're fucking
It's so
incredible.
good. It's so
We
good.
can change, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can always change.
A documentary that I loved, which she told me about, was Mimi in the Bathroom.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
It was so good, especially if you're. I just feel nostalgic for
Yeah.
that very specific time.
Yeah.
Paul Banks was in it.
Yeah.
The Strokes.
Yeah, I like all those bands too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I have to see that.
Yeah, and like Karen O's in it.
Oh, she's so good.
Yeah, she's amazing. She was just my absolute
so
idol.
cool. She's
Yeah.
so she DM'd me one time and I was like so excited.
She DM'd you?
Yeah, just hi.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you're so cool, and I'm like, oh my god, I died.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
I died.
Yeah.
I'm actually dead. I'm in that box with your dad.
Yeah, but did you? Was there any plans to meet or no?
No. It was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like an
yeah.
acknowledgement of like, a, hey, what's up?
Yeah, sometimes I don't want to meet certain people because I don't want to get a wrong. You know what I mean? Oh,
I do. Well, I've never had a negative experience with somebody that I really liked,
okay.
which is good.
Yeah.
I'm really lucky that way.
Yeah.
I don't think, never. Everybody's been just different than what I expected, maybe.
I've also have had experiences with people that people have told they're weird, and then when I've worked with them, it was the complete opposite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you never know.
You never fucking know.
You never know.
Like Ed Norton, I did one scene with him in a movie once, and you know, people were like, "Oh, he's an actor. You know what I mean? He's very," and then he was like super funny and
Yeah.
nice, and I was just like, "Oh, this guy's cool." You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, that's why you always got to go find out for yourself.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. It's also rumor and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
it.
real.
You just never know.
It's not fucking real, man.
Yeah.
You
No.
know. Yeah. So yeah, I like the Grateful Dead, and I think I'm open to pop now. I'm gonna get Blackpink.
Yeah,
so
give it a
good.
try. What about BTS? I know that's
There's-
I
beef.
refuse.
No, they're so good.
Well, I'll tell you
doesn't
why
want
he
it.
refuses.
He
It's
doesn't
actually,
want it.
it's not for their music or not what they stand for. It's basically because his mom has a very deep obsession with BTS. And
Oh no, that's so
and
cute.
She makes collages of them.
I love it. That's like, yeah, they have a very strong Ajima fan base.
Yeah.
I love BTS. I understand.
I made my mom
Very
cry last time I saw her because I confronted her. I go, "Do you jerk off to them?" She go, "Papi, what you?"
I had to break up a fight between. Okay,
No,
so
because I can't have it.
so we were all in a family vacation in Hawaii, and I had to break a fight between him and his brother versus the mom because they were both like, they suck, they're not good,
No, they're so
and the mom's like, but they're so handsome.
Oh,
And-
you're making me sound like a fucking asshole.
but then you were like, what about me? Like, I have talent too, and your mom's like, but it's different.
I never said that. Why would I say that? That's insane.
Both of you guys.
I would never say that. That's insane. I never said that. I said that. What about me?
But I think it's a mommy issue, deep. Like you feel like, Mom, I'm talented
Yeah.
too.
Oh, that's not what it is. Listen, okay, can I just say something? I want to defend myself. May I defend myself?
and then she was crying in my arms.
I know she did cry. Oh, Margaret, what the fuck?
over BTS.
Oh my god.
No. Like she was. Here's what happened. Can I tell you what happened?
Tell us the truth.
All right. So,
And you know what she said? She goes, I just love them. Why is that so bad?
come on. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Are you jealous?
I'm not jealous. I'll tell you what happened.
Okay.
Okay. Our phones were linked. You know what I mean? Because everyone's under my little thing, right? So I don't know. She grabbed my iTunes thing. Anyway, our phones were linked. So I was getting every single one of her photos, and I'm not kidding you. 2,500 screenshots of BTS were on my phone, and every day I would have to erase hundreds of them. And I snapped.
Yeah.
In Hawaii, I go, Mom, what the fuck? You're screenshotting these guys? You know what I mean? You need help. You know what I mean? And then, I never said, what about me?
You did.
I'm cool too.
I'll tell you when you said it too.
I never said it.
We were getting shaved ice.
Matsumoto.
We were getting shaved ice. No, this is in Maui.
Oh.
And you're like, what about me? Just because I don't have the chiseled, because I don't have light skin, just because I'm not pretty like them, doesn't mean I'm not talented. It was a whole thing.
Why would I? Shut the fuck up, dude. Why would I say that? That's insane. Anyway, I'm sorry. Am I freaking your dog out?
No, but I have to pee.
Okay.
Should I
Bring
go?
her to the... You know where it is?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Come here, Lucia. Yeah, of course.
That's insane.
That's a clip.
Yeah.
Hi. Oh my God.
It's TigerBelly.
I still get excited when I get work.
You should.
Me too.
I
definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, when you get the call, you're like, oh, I don't get like overly, but it's like, oh, this is cool.
I get overly. I
Yeah,
get
I guess me
super,
too.
super excited.
Yeah.
Because I've just not gotten so many things.
I know.
So
I know.
it's so exciting to get them.
Do you still, when you're on set, do you ever get nervous? Like your first day? Sometimes I do.
It depends. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I get nervous. Anytime I have to wake up early in the morning. I get up early anyway, but just to go to set.
Yeah.
I get scared.
Yeah, and me too. I get so nervous.
I get nervous. But then when we're shooting, it's kind of like I have to let that go because it's not going to help me.
Right. And then once you go through a rehearsal, you go
When
run through the lines and stuff.
Sometimes I forget, I actually have a large capacity to remember things, and then I get nervous. I'm not going to remember lines or. There's a couple things. The one time I did this movie with Will Smith, and they didn't give me the script. They had it under wraps, so it was it was weird. So they didn't give me my full lines before the day we shot.
Yeah.
And I had a whole page monologue that was all stuff about I was a police officer, so I was talking about stuff that the city was doing, certain laws.
What movie is it?
Bright?
Bright.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he and I had to do a scene, and I fucked up the lines hundreds of times, and he on my side, and he just went with it, didn't slap me, didn't do anything,
Oh, what
didn't
a
get
good guy.
mad, didn't get frustrated, didn't show any exasperation, stayed in the scene. I fucked up.
You said he didn't slap you?
He didn't slap me. He didn't,
That kind of went over my head.
Yeah, me too. I had to go back. Yeah. Okay, he didn't
didn't
slap
get
you.
mad.
He's a slapper. Yeah.
yeah, it was totally. This is part of it, and I was for years super upset that happened, but it wasn't anybody's fault. It just kind of was this weird thing where they didn't release the script, and then I didn't get it at the time, and I should have, and I didn't think about it.
Yeah, I when I did the first Magnum PI, they had a fake mustache on this mustache, and the joke was to pull it off. But the whole scene, I had to wear this gigantic mustache on my face. And we're outside, and Hawaii, it gets so hot.
Yeah.
And I was just dripping sweat, and I had a lot of lines. And for some reason, this was so distracting because it itched and all that stuff that I just and it was, I'd have to apologize to them and go, I'm just so sorry, God. And everyone was fine with it. I think it's in our heads.
You're really hard on yourself.
Yeah, I'm really hard on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard.
It's hard, yeah.
It's hard. But I still I love it. And then, I always get really excited when I get a job. And then I'm thrilled to do it.
Yeah.
When you guys were younger, were you allowed to outwardly celebrate wins and good things?
Yeah.
You were too?
What do you mean? I never won.
He never got a chance.
I never had a chance to
celebrate.
win. Yeah.
You like for instance, like my mom was always like, if something good happens and you celebrate, it's gonna get taken away. So like you almost have to like quietly like live in
Yeah.
that quiet gratitude and not like show it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had to stop. I've had to stop that way of thinking though.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. You should absolutely celebrate.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
even
for
when
sure.
things are good, like when I was on tour last week, and we were staying at we were staying at the Philadelphia Four Seasons. It's if you ever am Philadelphia, that's the best one I've ever been to. And I was sitting there and I was looking out the window and looking at the city, and I was just like, I felt so blissful and like just proud of myself and this and
Good.
that. But then immediately what happens is I go, something bad is going to happen.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
And then I had to shut that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly.
But you know what I'm
that
saying?
feeling.
I take away the
Dude,
joy.
when my grandma or my mom would hear my sister and I laughing, they would tell us like not too much because on the other side of that, it's gonna swing into tears. Like just you wait, tears are around the corner, and it was so horrible for me to like. I always feared laughing too hard, like when I was young, because you could believe that. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you almost start to kind of like when something bad does happen, you're like, oh, they're telling the truth. Like
Right.
it must have been
reinforces
because I
that.
laughed 3 days ago.
Yeah.
or something like that.
Totally. Yeah, I totally get that. But I think, I don't know. Like, I don't know if my family was exactly like that. Because I think, well, I played piano when I was a little kid, and I have to do these I rehearsed these recitals, and I would be so nervous that it would just be really painful, and then I would do it well. And then we were allowed to celebrate that because I would actually get through this like very difficult like classical piece, and then it would be done, and it would be like really exciting.
Do you still play?
I play a little bit. I play guitar more now.
Oh, cool.
But
Did you have a happy childhood?
it was kind of like difficult because my parents worked all the time, and then we didn't have like babysitters really. So I had like piano teacher, but I sort of had to take care of my brother. He's 5 years younger, so I was very much forced into these adult roles pretty young.
Sister, mom. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was like challenging.
But when did the show business kick in? As a
Really
kid?
early.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I started doing comedy when I was 14.
Oh my
I was
God.
so super young.
Wow.
And I was really into that. So then I really didn't want to be a child anymore. I
Yeah.
wanted to be an adult, and I wanted to be with the comics.
Stand up at 14? Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. How?
I had a class. I was like in a theater class, and so we did stand up comedy in class. Wow. And then there were open mics. Then I had a teacher in my comedy class who I had like a comedy improv class, and she would sign us up for the open mics,
Wow.
which is incredible.
Wow.
So that, and I'd started to just go to comedy clubs all the time.
Wow. And they would let you in and then perform and then you leave because it's a
Yeah,
it's a
you have
club.
to leave.
San Francisco, right?
Yeah, but you could stay in the green room.
Oh, like Cobb's or?
Never Cobb's. I was more the Punchline, and there was another club called the Other Cafe. So that was the main club that I went
Wow.
to.
The Punchline, is it still there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's a great club.
not just great. It's because it's on a rooftop of these buildings,
Mm-hmm.
right? And whenever I go there, you've been there, right?
Many times.
Yeah, many times.
Yeah.
And the buildings got leaves on it, right? Or no?
There's some landscaping on the
Landscaping on the yeah. There's just something about that place, and it's also the history of it. I just love that fucking club.
Yeah, I do too.
It's so small.
It's great.
It's so great. Do you still play it or?
I haven't in quite some time. I don't know. I guess it is like probably still there. You know, I think they were like going to move or something, but I don't
think
know.
they were gonna close.
Yeah, Chappelle or something was like,
Yeah.
there was some sort of campaign that they were
Right.
going to close it or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's still there then.
Yeah. But I haven't been. I just did shows in San Francisco a couple weeks ago, but not there. I was at the Palace of Fine Arts.
Wow. I
That
mean,
was good.
yeah, I mean, I remember I saw your show in San Diego many years ago. And you were like gigantic theater.
Yeah.
You were my
Yeah.
first real comedy show. I went to the Long Beach Convention Center
Oh,
with
wow.
my best friend.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I like doing those like clubs though. Like I usually do a lot of clubs like during the year. Like I'll do quite a few weekends at clubs.
Yeah,
mostly.
Yeah.
And then every couple of years I'll do like a big theater
Wow.
thing, which is cool.
Yeah. Are you tired of hearing that you're a pioneer? Or?
No, it's great. I am.
Yeah.
I am. And that's like the greatest thing, you know, because it was like, amazing. I don't know how, we were out there doing comedy when we didn't even see other people that looked like us doing it.
You were the only one I saw.
Yeah. So it's incredible. It's really amazing.
It's so funny. And I'm kind of getting it too now, where
You
like
should.
young people are coming up to me and going, I'm doing it because, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's so funny because it's like, I want to tell them, like, I didn't do it for you. You know what I mean? I did it for pussy. No, I'm not saying. I did it for, like, naturally, I was just gravitated toward
It's great.
it. But it's like,
To be
thank you.
brave enough to do it. Though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. To be brave enough and not listen to anybody out there, or to not listen to the silence of no Asian voices out there anyway. That's what it is.
But it was also much, and can we admit this? It was much harder for us.
It was totally difficult.
It was
so hard.
so much
But
harder for us.
We didn't know that this time was coming, that there would be a lot of Asian American comedians.
Right.
We didn't know. So it was just like, we're trying.
Yeah.
We did it.
Dumbfounded just did a show maybe 3 weeks ago in Koreatown, and I did it.
Good.
And we were in the little area where the comics are, and I'm telling you, I had goosebumps so I'm sitting there, Dumb's there, and there's 9 comics, all Asian. Most of them are people on TV,
Yeah.
and this and that, right? And I just looked and I went, oh my! It just kind of like impacted me in a very like spiritual way.
So cool.
Yeah, it was just like, I can't believe this. This
So
is
cool.
insane. The whole audience, you know what I mean, was Asian. It was just like a whole thing where I was just like, because, when Margaret and I were doing it, it was no one.
Nobody.
Nothing. Not even, there would be 2 Asians in the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like, when we were starting, like, who was it? It was Tamaya Otsuke.
Love her, yeah.
Who was the one that I saw before me. She was great.
She's great.
But that was it, I think. And then Johnny Yoon.
Johnny, I know. I met him.
I met him.
Yeah. Nice guy. That's it. Nice guy. Yeah. But his opening line was, hello.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was his
Because
punchline.
but he was really like the only one.
Yeah.
And then, before that, I don't know.
You were the first one, though, that spoke like regular English.
Yeah.
And also had a point of view that I could relate to. Like,
Yeah.
oh, she's just like me.
Yeah.
Like an American.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You were the first one.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's so crazy.
It's so insane.
But just like there was this spirit of like, you want to just do it. You don't care
Yeah.
what it took. I thought that I was just going to be like an open micer in San Francisco, and that I would have like a business where I would be scenting lotion with China Rain and peach, and cucumber, and I would do that during the day, and then when headliners came in, I would MC.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Oh, then that's enough for me.
Yeah.
And that would be fine. But fortunately, it was a little bit.
Do you remember when you noticed that, oh, I might be able to turn this into a thing?
I still don't know. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like I just was satisfied with so little that now it just kept growing of like, oh, this is actually getting better. And then I was so excited about it. So
I think the first sign for a comic is becoming regulars
at a club, yeah.
at a club.
Yeah.
So I think that's first sign. So whenever like I'm at the Comedy Store and like Chappelle Lacey just got passed.
Oh, cool.
And I was in the back with him, and he had his like first main room show. I was back there, and I looked at him and I go, "Hey man, congratulations! It's not a big deal."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Thank you," but I just know that that's a big kind of landmark,
Yeah, for
milestone,
sure.
right?
Really good.
And then the next thing is probably headlining a B room.
Yeah.
Right.
Headlining at all.
At all. Yeah.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Like any kind of being able to have that much time to do.
Yeah. Even though you don't draw, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah, but
hard.
Still doing it.
Yeah.
Still being able to stay up there that whole time.
It's so hard.
It's great.
It's great. Yeah. And then back in our day was your first TV spot.
Oh, yeah.
Huge.
Such a big deal.
Huge milestone.
Such a big deal.
What was your first one?
My first television spot was MTV's Half Hour Comedy Hour.
Wow.
And then you would do like Evening at the Improv, and then Comic Strip Alive, and then Comedy on the Road.
Yeah.
And then I did Star Search.
Oh, whoa.
And then I did the Bob Hope special.
Wow.
So old.
And did you meet him?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. He couldn't hear you very well. and he couldn't see you very well. And so he was just so old. He was so old.
Yeah.
And he would do his sets, like he would do comedy in the beginning of the special, and they would be able to get 1 or 2 words out, and then they would cut it together to the other. He would get it. He would put together a set of 5 minutes, but it took like a week.
Wow.
Just they would do like little pieces, and so it was all kind of in the editing.
Oh, wow.
Nice guy, but just super
Old.
so old.
Yeah.
And Phil Stiller was there, so old and so, but she was very on top of it, very spicy.
Imagine being on a show with Phyllis Diller.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine it.
yeah.
They're like legends
Yeah.
of the fucking thing.
Incredible.
It's incredible.
So
But probably during that time you were like, this is working.
Yeah, during that time I would like, no, I guess this is going to be a job. And then I was embarrassed. I was at a party at J.J. Abrams' house because he and I were playing piano, and I was not HBO, but Bob Hope was on, and I was embarrassed that it was on, and then somebody said, "Oh, she's on TV right now," and so he made everybody watch it, and I was so embarrassed.
Wow.
But it was like I was there, kind of like, oh, I guess it was kind of. This is kind of I think might be.
That's
okay.
a huge deal.
Yeah.
And also playing piano with J.J. Abrams is pretty
That's
big.
also
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
He's cool.
He wasn't probably who he was. He was a writer, right?
But he had like just made Regarding Henry, that movie.
All right.
And he was just starting out pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was really cool.
Wow. What a life.
Yeah.
And it's not over.
No, hopefully.
No. You have another 30 years.
More, maybe more.
40.
I'd say
50 years, 50 years.
before I get in that box with your dad.
Yeah.
I think maybe, I would like to be like old, like the people that live in Okinawa.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like really, really old. That's kind of my goal. So we'll see.
Yeah, but in Okinawa, we should come because it's very communal, right? And they don't lock their doors. And if a kid wanders off, he's safe because the whole village is his family.
Yeah.
And why can't we do that in our society?
Yeah.
Well, we're just everyone cares for.
Yeah, that's how I grew up.
Yeah, that's how you grew up.
That's why, like, it's so hard for me to like think of motherhood here versus like the Philippines because it is such a community effort there. There's so much support. Like, even if it's a third world country, like you could pass your baby around and like to your auntie or whatever. There's always someone happy to help.
And that's the key to longevity and a peaceful life.
It's so nuclear here, but the downside of living in like multi-generational household like I did is the diddling. Like,
What's a diddling?
Like, like I was like
Sounds like a creature.
Molested by
okay.
older in my family and stuff like that. So it's like that's where it gets a little bit like weird when you're
Those
in like
fucking diddlers, dude.
diddlers, 20 people to a house and stuff.
Yeah.
That, not to say that can't happen in a nuclear setting, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I
mean, yeah, in general, though.
yeah, and to keep the peace in the house, you can't exactly say like, "Hey, this happened."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It undermines the closeness of everything. It's just awful.
Yeah. I want to live long too, and I'm gonna get a ranch.
Wait, okay. You've been saying this for a while, but I
I've
feel
been
like
thinking about it. I think there's a certain amount of money I'm gonna have, and then one day I'm gonna look at everyone in this room and go, "I'm done."
what's that amount? Do you have it in your head?
Yeah.
It's gonna keep going up though.
No, it's not. It's. I have an amount.
I think you should get a ranch today.
No. Listen to me. I'm gonna look at. I'll call you too.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I want to
call
come
you.
to your ranch. I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, guys. I'm done with podcasting, acting, stand up, all of it. I'm going to my ranch now.
Where?
Oklahoma.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I could have my animals, and I'm gonna have different kinds of animals like llamas. And,
I love those.
yeah, they're so cute.
They're so cute.
Yeah, I want to have a couple of baby cows, a couple of baby pigs, raise them as infants, never eat them.
No, we can rescue some from the auction.
No, I
That's
want them
great.
fresh. I want them young.
No, because there's like some retired mares from like the
Is that
rodeo.
a dog?
Like
There's no fucking pound for cows.
no, for horses. Like
I don't
the
want
ones
no.
that are-
I can't get a. Every time it's like I don't want to damage one. Can I just get a baby cow?
He's tired of because 4 of our dogs are adopted.
They're all
and
rescues.
They're
which is I love it.
but they were the unadoptables. They're the ones with either behavioral problems or medical problems. But I feel like
I want a
it's been-
cat with a winky eye. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know, to stare at me weird. I want to. You know what I mean? A baby one that I can raise on my own.
Her face says, "What a crazy person."
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
Yeah, you understand. You don't agree.
Well, no, I think it's all whatever kind you get.
Okay, good.
You'll
Thank
love
you.
them.
Thank you so much.
So cute.
Yeah, and then I'll start reading.
You don't read now?
No.
Start reading.
maybe audiobooks start there.
No,
Yeah,
I do audiobooks now. I want to read a novel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like one with a
You
hardcover.
can read one with a hardcover.
Not the
You don't want to
softcover.
read one right now?
No. Like I've seen them in the bookstores. I want a hardcover book, and I want to have one of those
love
jackets and a little pipe, a fire going.
So at a certain amount of money, you'll start reading.
Right? Yeah, because because then it's like I'm out of LA, no distractions, right? And I'll have my llama here. I mean, I'll read like the Crawdad book,
Oh wow,
That's a great
nice.
great
the
book.
singing Crawdads.
We're the crawdads.
Whatever. And whatever. The city of crawdads. Whatever it is. And I open up my thing. I'm going to pet my llama, smoke my cigar or my pipe.
Yeah.
And then I'll end my life. It'll be beautiful. I'll be alone too. No women, nothing. Are you seeing anybody?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Sort of. We'll see.
I'm single, so yeah.
Are you,
She's single?
I am.
Yeah, you're single, yeah.
I am.
You know we're not dating anymore.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
yes. But yeah, all right. You single?
Yep.
What's up? What's up, Betty?
Anything you want to plug?
I'm touring. I'm on the road. So people
look at-
can come see me at Niagara Falls in 2 weeks.
July 7th. When does this come out? Soon? Yeah. Okay. So July 7th, everyone check out Margaret in Niagara Falls.
And then I will be at the Live and Live It in Ontario. That's a club, actually, the Ontario.
Yeah, the Levity.
Levity there.
You know, I'll be honest with you. What date is that?
That's the,
July 21st.
yeah.
You know, I'm going to come.
Okay, good.
I know, just to hang out. I want to watch. I want to hang out with
Yeah,
you.
come.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
And then,
And then I'll be at Largo on the 11th, and then I'm at the Improv in Irvine,
that's a great club.
Ooh.
which is a great club.
Yeah.
And then, so that's for right now. And then after that, I'll be like in New York and stuff like that. So
Do you ever play the Cellar there?
I haven't been there yet. I would love to.
I just played it last week, and it was at 1 a.m, and it was in the little room, the original run, and it was hard.
Yeah.
But when I was up there, I was just like, I love it.
Yeah. It's great.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
It was so hard.
Why is it hard?
Because it's like I wasn't really on the list. I was a pop-in, and then it was just they've been there for a long time. But what I love about it is because that room's so legendary, and just being asked to do it, like I
Yeah.
can get, it just felt like. Anyway, it was a great night. Anyway, Margaret Cho, give her a round of applause, everybody.
Yay. Thank you.
Margaret.
Thank you.